Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be discussing the new Netflix show Ratched. I hope I'm saying that right. But I watched the show. It only took me about 2 days. I binge watched it. This video will be unedited and I will just be giving my quick thoughts and opinions on the show. So I was very hyped up for the show. I love psychological thrillers that explore mental health within all of the characters, and so I was very excited. Also, I love the color scheme and the fact that it's kind of like takes place in the 1900s. So I was really excited to watch it. I enjoyed I'm going to do this by character and storylines. I enjoyed all of the characters' performances. I think that they all did a very great job. The material was well written. I do have some quick thoughts about the plot lines, the different plot lines that were done throughout the show. I do feel that Sarah Paulson's portrayal of the character was very, very well done. She did a great job. Everybody just did a great job in portraying their character. I felt like I was watching a character and not an actor. I love Huck. The character Huck was just my heart. He was so great. And that's another thing. This will be spoilers, so I will be spoiling. So stop now. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to click off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Huck. So I absolutely love the character Huck and the character Gwendolyn. Huck, I feel it was very. I'm about to spoil this, so click off. But I feel that the character Huck should not have been killed off. I think that was a very irresponsible decision. I understand that they were going for the shock value, or like, oh my gosh, is Charlotte really going to shoot somebody and kill them, like as Dr. Hanover in the finale? Well, I don't think that it was a wise idea to shoot Huck. I think that he was a nice, well-rounded character and one of the only like really good people on the show. And that was needed. I feel like in the show there needed to be one, just this one person who's just so pure. And I feel like they could have done more with his storyline along the line. And he was just a really sweet character to see. Nurse Bucket, I enjoyed her portrayal. She was very realistic, well-written character. All of her storylines, her motivations made sense. It's still shocking that she was friends with Sarah Paulson's character, Nurse Ratched, after all that had happened. Dolly, enjoyed the performance of Dolly, although I do think that there needed to be more of an explanation of, I guess she was just really on a rush, because when they like escaped from the prison, she was really getting into the Bonnie and Clyde. I do believe that the portrayal, I can't remember Nurse Ratched, her brother's name, but the portrayal of him, he did a really good job. He was like so like, what is he gonna do next? So it was really nice to see that portrayal. Dr. Hanover was very impressive. Another good, well-written character, which I'm going to say a lot through here. I do feel that we did need a more of a backstory on Dr. Hanover, because his character was so intricate and so interesting. And he was another character who was killed off entirely too early. Although I do think him dying by the hands of Charlotte was a very interesting way to go. Like, I did not think he was going to die. While I do think that was the right way for him to go, I do think that it was entirely too early and that we needed more of a backstory on him. Because the scene where he's in the court with his ex-wife and they get a divorce, that gave us really nothing about him, honestly. The storyline with all of the patients that they had come in, we had the opera singer, we had the girl that was trying to cure her urges, we had the little boy who daydreamed. They were nice characters to the cast. Nothing really special, but nice characters. Charlotte Wells, one thing that I would like to address in this show is the diversity. It was so underwhelming, and I understand that it's the 1900s, but black people still existed in the 1900s after World War II, and the only portrayals that we got of black people were they were killed off, they were crazy like Charlotte Wells, but no black person was represented in this way of, hey, they're good, outstanding, we're gonna keep them on the show. We just got the two black males as security officers, but we never got like just a strong black woman or even a strong black male who wasn't killed off. And it would have been nice to, have a black character in the main cast. So I definitely would have liked to have seen that in the show. And I hope if there is a season 2 that they will include more black characters in their cast. The actress who plays Charlotte Wells did a incredible job. She was so good, and I really felt like a part of her story. And it was so scary to hear, but so good, and I honestly believe that Dr. Hanover is not the villain in the story. He genuinely was trying to help people, but of course, with the limited medical resources that they have during this time, they're not able to accurately do this sometimes. I believe that in the end, the show really shifted. We were getting more of like into the relationships of the show with Gwendolyn and Mildred. I felt like that took away from the show a little bit. I would have liked to just stick with I mean, it was nice to see her get in a relationship, I guess, but I wanted to see, more of more of what we saw in the beginning of the show. But I guess that the show was trying to tell us that Mildred wasn't a bad person. She just went through these very bad experiences that really messed up her way of thinking. But I felt like and it still could have been different. There were some different routes that they could have gone on with her character, and I just would have personally picked a different route for her character. Um, mm, Sorry. I think that's all that I have to say about the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it an an 8 because it was really good. I enjoyed the cinematography. Sometimes I wasn't sure what they were doing when they changed the lighting of the room. I wasn't exactly sure why they did that. I was trying to think of the symbolism behind it, but sometimes I think they just did it to be aesthetically pleasing. So that wasn't always, I didn't feel that there was purpose to that, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Um, Also, nobody on the show, like, everybody on the show eats the same thing. If you look at the shots, whenever they have food, they always have the meat with the gravy on top, the Salisbury steak, the vegetables, and the mashed potatoes. I swear, if you go back and look at the show, every character, that's all that they eat. And the oysters, which was, well, the oysters, and that's all they eat. And all they drink is alcohol. I don't think I saw a character really drink water. I mean, Dr. Hanover puts the LSD in it, but that was about it. All of the other scenes, we only see them drinking alcohol. And I also find it very funny that Netflix said, oh, we're going to cut back on cigarettes. And then they have cigarettes all throughout the series, which is very telling of the times, but still, you still have cigarettes. So this is just my unedited thoughts on Ratched. I recommend that you go. I hope that you watched it because I just spoiled it for you. But leave a comment down below. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And give the video a thumbs up and share it if you want. Thank you for watching.